Can you tell us how did you get into the field of music?
Um, well, I was actually gonna go and learn some animation because I was really interested in because I was good at drawing and all. So I went to a family friend studio, and when I was really young, actually, I think 17 or something. So I went there and I kind of thought that I would learn some animation in those 2 months or whatever, like my summer vacations and stuff. So I tried to do that, but then the guy said, "What else do you know?" I said, "I know how to play the keyboard." So he was like, "Okay, let's do one thing. I've got a little studio. Why don't you come here and set yourself here, and we can do jingles, and we could do, all that AV stuff." So I said, "Cool, it'll be a great experience." And I was young. I wanted to have fun. I was into music and all. So I said, "Chalo, let's do it." So then my journey started from there. Now, slowly but surely, it started heading towards the profession, which is a music producer's profession. That's what I finally wanted to be by the end of it. So I started doing remixes, I started doing background scores, I started doing original tracks, and now I do everything together. So
Okay,
that's,
and did you formally learn the keyboard somewhere?
I haven't actually. When I was young, I don't know. People call it a natural gift or something, but my professors and everybody whoever came to teach me, they were always saying that you know everything. Why are you learning? So I thought that, come on, I can't know everything. Then in the journey, I started to realize that it's much advanced than what I thought it was. So started learning it also, but never had actually a professional training in that way. Yes, I have done recently, in fact. Since the past 2, 3 years, there have been a lot of good tracks which have turned into hits. Like starting from, I did Kamine, which was, I did 2 remixes in Kamine, which was really good and they actually went a hit. And then it was Anjana Anjani, I did 1 remix in that. Then moved on to Preetham because Preetham actually gave me a lot of tracks, Golmaal 3, the title. Then I did Desi Boys Now, which is the title track, and Dam Maro Dam, which was a good experience for me too because these tracks were a little bit of a challenge because Dam Maro Dam, of course, to revive what was there earlier and then to actually make it a hit again is anyways a big challenge. So I had great fun doing all this, and my favorite would be Tujhe Bhula Diya's remix, which is still up to date, my favorite.
You've also remixed the Chammak Challo song from the movie Ravan.
Yes. Yeah.
So could you tell us about the way you approached the song when you had to kind of remix it or reproduce
Okay.
it?
Chammak Challo, when it came to me, unfortunately or fortunately, you can say, the way it leaked, which was before the movie, it kind of got leaked, which was great for them. But at the same time, even after the movie release, it was still in the top 5. Like, it's still going on. And for me to remix it was a really big challenge because how do you remix an originally hit track? So there was already one more mix, which was a 4 on the floor mix, which I think DJ Khushi had done. So I had to actually figure out something else for it. And I thought, okay, in the album, let's say if we had Chammak Challo and we put it in a Punjabi fashion. So I did a Punjabi mix out of it. And you can call it a Punjabi, UK Punjabi kind of a mix. And it was really exciting because firstly it was Akon's voice that I was mixing with. And unfortunately I wasn't there for the dubbing and all. But then I kind of really had fun with this track. But it was just a night or something that I had to do it. So that was a challenge too for me.
So in terms of selection of whether you'll add dhols or sitar or
Yeah.
flute, whenever you take up a remix
Yeah.
project or any kind of project for that matter, how do you start off on a song in terms of
Okay, firstly, you mean any song?
any song?
Like, not particularly a remix. Originals have a different way of starting with. As in, if you have a brief, which is a party song kind of a brief, which is usually the case nowadays. So if you have that, you usually select heavy kicks, you select a groove which is running by running I mean it has to be a little commercial where in a continuous form people can dance on. That is the obvious choice in a party song. And you have to use elements which are fun. You have to use short sounds. You have to, like, you can't have those lengthy paddy kind of stuff in it. If you do have pads, then I would suggest sidechain them, because that's the best way to do them. So then, well, when you have the voice only in the original track, you don't know what to do, but you have to actually follow the brief that the music director has given you. And every music producer has his own style of whatever, looking at a song. You can even mash up the vocals a little here and there, you know. It doesn't matter. The formatting and everything has to be sorted. It doesn't have to be monotonous. That is one thing. And it doesn't have to stop anywhere. You have to keep going. Because when you play it in a club, you don't realize when the track passes by. So that's what you gotta do. I'm working with Preetham, I'm working with Salim Suleiman, Vishal Shekhar. There's a new and upcoming music director, Hitesh Sonic. Then there are a few here and there who are. I worked with Sneha Khanwalkar as well, and so and the amazing bit about them is they have all an amazing personality by themselves. And once you get locked to their character, it's very easy to actually produce the songs in the fashion that either they would want it or they would accept it the way I did it. So, you know, you have to blend in like that with all these people.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Okay, I listen to a lot of, like now I've been really inclined towards dubstep, and there's breakbeat, and there's even this genre called as chip tunes, which is actually a genre. Like if you remember Mario, and if you remember all those Nintendo games, they had that music at the back, which was those digitally
Electronic.
electronic pulsy kind of sounds. It's not preferable for anybody else to actually give it a listen to, because you have to have a, what do you say, you got to get used to that genre. But I have also been venturing out into a lot of new genres, because I do want to make a difference in the industry. I do want to educate them, because some people really don't know about so many of the genres which are around, which could have been used to make tracks better.
In film songs?
Yeah, in film songs. They could actually have been, like people say that we do disco, we do, funky stuff. This is the language which is used. But actually they should actually use the right terms and just look into the genre a little bit more, because there might be certain smaller elements which might make a huge difference in the tracks. Like let's say if it's a disco track, everybody knows it's bass driven, everybody knows it's like, there are funk guitars like wah-wahs and all the clean stuff happening. But did anybody try to incorporate those synths which were used by, let's say, R.D. Burman, or were used by so many of these people in that era? The kind of experimentation that they did, unfortunately, is not being done these days, because melody has taken a back seat. You can say that. Now there's only a requirement of party grooves. There's only a requirement of whose bum should move. That's the whole point of this film music right now, which is really disappointing. But then trying to make a difference, it does help if you listen to a lot of genres and incorporate them in the right way in your tracks.
It's very normal in our industry to slot musicians.
Yes.
So, and then they end up giving you only one kind of work.
Yeah.
This guy is only for Bollywood. This guy is only for ads.
It's like if you have a half-naked girl dancing in an item song, you kind of name her as an item girl. It's
Correct.
Like that.
And
Same concept.
And she can never become
she can
an
never
actress.
become that. Unfortunately.
A heroine of a movie.
Exactly.
Or a
if
lead
she
actress.
is, then nobody's going to go to watch, because they just want to watch the videos which are coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
So similarly in our music business, we have a lot of slotting happening.
Yeah, there is a lot of slotting.
And it's very easy to, look at somebody's work and say, "Oh, he's a remix
Yeah,
artist."
yeah.
Doesn't that affect you also? Because
It does in a way, but see, the industry is.
how do you break?
You can't break it, but you can only keep doing your work and hope that you would get. Like I started with remixes, so like for me, I just had an article recently that said "Reign of the Remix Raja." So like, I like that title, but at the same time, I do want to be counted as a music producer because I have done original tracks as well. And unfortunately, this is the mentality that people have that इतने सारे remixes किए तो उसके नाम के आगे DJ लगा दो. You get it? So that DJ word is something which is really ticks me off. But it doesn't affect me that much because I know that as much as I'll keep working, people are going to recognize me for my work and not like a general music producer. Not.
Right. And I'm sure you're getting offers for.
Yes. There are a lot of movies coming up. There's Doom 3, which is he has asked me to manage the entire album, Preetham. Then there's also Agent Vinod by Preetham as well. He just asked me to come on board on that. And I do a lot of stuff for Salim Sulaiman. I just finished Ladies vs. Ricky Bell. There were 4 songs in that I did. And about remixes, I do treat them as different tracks. I treat them as remakes. For me, remixes are not just putting a groove under an original track. It's nothing like that. I would like to restructure the whole track. I would like to get, let's say if it's verse 1, I would like to maybe start with verse 1 instead of start with the conventional
Mukhra.
the chorus, mukhra, you can say that. So for me, a lot of this makes sense. I don't literally go by the format of the track. And I would advise all of the producers as well that I would suggest don't get scared. Don't follow what is in the original track. It's okay to discard everything in the original track and just use the vocal. It is okay to do that. But then you should have a strong hook line. If the original hook line makes any sense, or has any value, you have to use it because you have to carry forward you can say the tradition of the original track, which you have to do because it is your original track that you're remixing. So I suggest that you go full on. Don't get scared of experimenting. Don't get scared of trying out new genres. Don't get scared of lifting up levels beyond what you would also imagine. You know, you have to be a little more daring about this because it'll make a big difference. You'll see.